It is one of a kind. The spectacle, the conditions, the skill, the luck.
Can he get lucky on the river?
Oh. The end, and he finds it.
You're live. Take a deep breath.
The World Series of Poker Main Event. The main, for those who know. The main is everything. It means everything. Players give everything because they give anything to become a champion. It is here in record-setting numbers where competitors discovered their true selves under the most trying of circumstances, surviving day after day on a journey that will never be forgotten. This is the World Series of Poker Main Event Final Table. Now you know.
So Griff, the only amateur at this final table.
Raise to 3.2.
Supply chain management is his jam.
It's a big thing these days. It's a buzzword these days.
Huh? Pressure?
Is he who I complain to when my Amazon Prime shipment doesn't get there overnight?
Yes. We now have access to him.
Gonzalez, the short stack, all in with pocket eights, re-raising the big stack.
Gonzalez has crept down just under 10 bigs.
And it was Griff who overcame a set of threes on day 8 to survive. Now he is the one with that hand, well, at least right now, pocket threes.
So you don't want to start giving courtesy all-ins. This is for less than 10% of Griff's stack.
I think everything is 10% or less of Griff's stack right now.
And I think this was just a clear spot for Gonzalez to shove over the chip leader open. There's going to be a lot of raise folds in that camp, but Griff is going to come along with the threes.
So our first all-in and call of this main event final table 2024. Andres Gonzalez of Spain looking to double through the chip leader, Jordan Griff.
So I just have to
Gonzalez with the eights, Griff with the trays.
It was 8 big blinds, 14 million he had. I already put 2 bets in.
Let's go. Let's go. You're 3.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Hoping to be flipping. Oh, wow.
Here we go. Oh, and an 8
That's not good.
for Gonzalez. And Griff is bitten again on the flop as he was when he had those queens on day 8.
You need a deuce, a 6, or an ace. 7. Lower than 7 to stay in it.
Yeah, Griff just doesn't want to be drawing dead on the turn. Oh,
There you go. A boat for Gonzalez to double up early in the action at this final table.
Let's go, let's go, let's go for Team Wizardo.
it's the disclaimer. Like, without traffic, everything is 20 minutes.
I mean, sit in the car. It's a little more comfortable than most planes. Chip leader raise. Small blind now. Another ace and a matching 8.
A lot of playability with this suited combo from the small blind, especially against the chip leaders open.
Oh, flopped a set for Griff. Check to him.
The only amateur here. And if you weren't a fan of him before,
That is 3 million.
he used to work in a bowling lane.
Oh,
And he became a bowler.
yes.
And he once had a 215 average, Lon.
Wow!
And he bowled a perfect game at age 16.
Stop! Stop! It's your life in front of you, being lived by Griff.
When I found this out last night, I crawled up and slept in front of his hotel room door. My man.
Has he signed your bowling shoes yet?
No, I didn't bring them with me. I was stupid.
Oh,
they're in my room.
dude. Full house now. And another club.
This is a very unfortunate turn for Kim because Griff has him drawing dead, but you can see why Kim decided to come along for a quarter pot size bet on the flop. And now in his mind, of course, turning this additional equity with what he thinks is the nut flush draw and having some showdown with ace high.
I mean, it's like Griff knows that Brian is on this club draw.
Well, I think Griff is going to give Kim credit for a lot of hands that might find to continue here on the turn. You know, of course, clubs a factor, diamonds a factor, but also what about those middling pairs that Kim will call from the small blind with? Those might get curious. Oof.
And the flush comes home. The no good flush for Brian Kim on the finale. Griff wasting no time.
Each street he wasted no time as he puts in pot about 80% of the, I bet about 80% of the pot.
How do you get away from this?
I mean, this is very unfortunate. I feel like pre-flop, flop, turn, those were all pretty standard continues for Kim's hand. And now he gets there, but in the worst way because he was already drawing dead on the turn. And certainly a little concerned that Griff is betting all three streets. Because
big pot for Jordan Griff.
Just makes the call. Griff certainly could have all the boats, you know, nines full, fours full, quad threes, jacks full, but you can't fold.
The chip leader.
Said those small pairs have been working for him. They certainly did there, and maybe they can again.
180 million now.
Yeah, I mean, if the board runs out the same this time, Griff would have quads.
Yeah, Brian has
Right?
about 60 now. Just in case I'm...
They came off the last board into his hand and into the hearts of our viewers. Latinois will be a customer at least. Ace, king of hearts.
Just working with 7 big blinds. Certainly not going to find a better spot than this to put the chips in.
When he says he's losing some focus at the table, he will sometimes meditate or even go for a short walk. And I know a lot of tournament players are never going to do that, but I don't think it's a bad idea to go for a short
Here
walk.
they come.
Understandably.
Griff has already given up a double up with pocket threes in his hand.
I get a count? Like we call. I want to get a full count.
13-7.
13-7.
Yeah, not a lot of fold equity against an open here, so Griff just making sure.
Andres Gonzalez doubled up through Griff on hand number 9.
And Griff had pocket threes in that hand as well. It was at risk for less than 10% of his stack.
Again. All right. Same situation.
He's got history with that hand, both good and bad.
Flipping this time. We're flipping.
Flip.
We're flipping.
As-3, paire de 3.
Threes versus ace king. I have pocket threes. He has ace king.
J'ai As-3 suit. Allez.
Jordan's dad, Dennis, right there.
Allez, one time.
Latinois with his girlfriend, Pauline Rocher there.
Il est dans ma main, As-2 cœur.
Jordan's wife, Tanya,
Ah, c'est roi de cœur, moi.
expecting their first child, a son, in a couple of months. Big moment. And ace in the flop for Latinois. Needs to avoid a 3. Oh, and the 3 on the turn!
and it's over.
My goodness. Griff has those small pairs working for him. And we have our first elimination from this final table from France, Malo Latinois. Well done.
Gonzalez giving up a small pocket pair with just 8 bigs. And he would have been pipped by the 7s.
Kind of a frustrated fold by Angelov there, you saw.
Rail keeps getting, your rail keeps raising my rail, and my rail just snap folds.
Oh, Astedt with queens.
I mean, better the rail is snap folding than Brian's.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he'll take it. And I think Astedt is going to take the queens.
Just call.
Just be so
Serock with
incredibly
ace-jack.
sneaky. Oh,
And
my
he's
goodness.
all in. Joe Serock has hardly been noticed at this final table until now.
Yeah, 20 big blind shove here, squeezing against the chip leader open and the flat from the small blind. And you know, you don't really see enough traps, I think, from the small blind, but this one very well timed from Astedt. It's really nice when you do have a stack size in the big that just seems ripe for squeezing. But what about Griff with the 7s? What does he want to do against 20 bigs? I just think that this is probably going to go into the muck. I feel like, you know, Serock, of course, will have some hands that he's flipping against when he does this, but he's also going to have the pairs that have 7s crushed. Lena's going to make the quick call, though, here.
And Astedt does call with the queens, and Serock on the hook with ace-jack. He's still got a shot, but he's got a long way to go.
Serock pops his head up for the first time today and runs into queens. Astedt, as usual, just playing, finding the right play at the right time. Griff with a good fold.
Serock became the bad guy of this main event, knocking out Kristen Foxen late in the main event in 13th place. And now his ace-jack needs help. Alex brings out the flop. 9-10 and a 4. It's not hopeless. Astedt's rail ready to celebrate. Serock, not much of a rail. And there's a jack. That helps. 2 of the queens, though, are in that hand. The river card, the 8 of hearts. And that is it. Niklas Astedt with the knockout, holding the queens. Joe Serock came in here in 4th place, out in 8th for $1,250,000.
Serock had an amazing day 8, but now he's definitely going to cool off because they put Serock on ice.
Raise 4.6.
We've seen Kim take a similar spot earlier against Angelov's button open with King 8 of spades. You know, and he's also had aces when he did it. So certainly King 6 suited in a similar hand class to the King 8 suited. Let's see what he wants to do here. Very similar stack size to Angelov. And then you've got Astedt there in the big blind.
Raise.
Brian Kim's been cut down to 27 bigs, but he is putting his chips to work here with the 3-bet out of the small blind.
8. Oh, sorry.
I doubt he's targeting Angelov, but he's certainly trying to find spots. He thinks this is one, but it might not be. Astedt with 10s.
Yeah, with both of his opponents with sub-30 big blind stacks, Astedt knows that this is just a really great hand he's found against these positions, knowing also that Kim is going to have some 3-bet folds off of that stack size. Again, just targeting a late position opener.
What would the world's greatest online player do?
Raise. 18 million.
Yeah, I think that this is a very understandable play here from 10s. Just going to be ahead of the ranges that are involved. Gets the quick fold from Angelov.
For those out there who might be kind of new to poker, he doesn't have to double the size of the bet of Kim. He just has to at least match the raise amount from Kim. At World Series events in France, they have to actually double the wager. Last time I was there.
Yeah, basically when we refer to like clicking in terms of raise, re-raise, pre-flop, we're talking about raising the minimum amount, the difference between,
All in.
Kim
Oh, no.
ripping it in this spot. 5-bet shove with king 6 suited. I mean, calling definitely wasn't going to be an option here, so the time that he took was really to consider if he was going to fold or jam, and just decides that Lena would have some 4-bet folds in this spot. I mean, this looks incredibly strong.
32. 42. 50.
What a play by Brian Kim.
53
Will
million,
it get through?
900.
Nope.
No, it does not. Brian Kim on the hook with king 6. One live card. He's got live clubs, but he is a 2-to-1 dog right now.
I'll do it again. We have 10s against king 6. I'm just sitting.
You need a, K.
I think sometimes Astedt just imagines he's going to be flipping here a lot, but here actually in really great position, 70-30.
And Astedt, if he loses, still over 120 million, or right around 120 million. A little less than that. He is looking for a huge knockout of a very strong competitor. King 6 at risk. There's a club and a 10 in the kitchen. It's a long way back for Brian Kim from that flop. Turn card. Another club.
This brings back memories of a Joe Chung, Matt Affleck hand from many years ago where they got into a raising war. A little different. Chung was saved.
One card to come. He needs a club. It's the black 6, but a spade. And Brian Kim is off of this final table.
Wow. I mean, what a hand. What a play by Brian. Willing to risk it all in that spot. Hoping that Astedt had a 4-bet fold there.
Astedt over to give Brian his congratulations, but Brian certainly going to his rail first. Very understandable. Eliminated in 7th place for $1.5 million, his biggest ever tournament score.
Again, just doesn't give Griff a lot of credit opening from the button.
That could be troublesome for Jonathan. And all in re-shove, shove and a call. Tamayo in big-time trouble with the ace-9 against Griff's ace-king.
Need a 9. Huh? Yeah.
Lon McEachern over there on the rail for Tamayo as well. Jordan talking to his dad, Dennis. Another player on the hook. Ace-9 at risk.
9, ooh.
Try it,
Sounds like Jonathan's calling it.
Yeah, a little pessimistic.
Maybe reverse mojo. He's looking for a 9.
Ooh.
Oh.
No 6, no 9. No 6, no 9. No 6.
Straight draw comes now for the all-in.
Tamayo looking for a 6 or 9 to survive. And the river card is a 9! He gets there!
Nobody looks more shocked than Jonathan Tamayo.
I'm feeling better about the supply chain world, knowing how well he's playing here. Yeah. Maybe that package will get there, Maria. Fingers crossed.
Right, I mean, it might get rerouted 20 times and end up on someone's
But they'll know where it
doorstep.
is at every moment.
Right, by the time it gets here, it's damaged on the outside, but the inside is still fine. With
Unfortunately, humans are in the equation.
Oh. Quick call.
Here is the
from
call
Astedt.
from Astedt, his ace-jack. In position to take off Boris Angelov and collect the last of his chips. Angelov cut down to fewer than 25 million. Now in the arms of his rail, looking for love, looking for a 5.
I wonder if Angelov still has his one time.
There's a 5.
Okay. A little pre-celebration, but calmed himself down immediately. 2 more cards to come. Keep your emotions in check.
Niklas looking for a jack and a knockout. Turn card.
5.
Ooh. A jack and Angelov is gone. It's another 9.
What an adrenaline rush.
I need to fix that now. That's the real question.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I don't know either.
But, come to think of it, I think Bulgaria I think it's bordered to the north by Greece and Turkey. Might be bordered to the south
Please.
by Serbia and
North Macedonia.
to the west, and maybe Romania to the north, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, Romania to the north. You're correct. Glad you looked up what their
I don't
official
look at
languages.
I don't look it up. Capital of Bulgaria is Bulgaria City.
Yep, always.
Right, very similar to the languages.
10
always
flops
the name of the country.
again.
Yes,
plus
it
city.
is.
Mexico City.
Exactly. New York City for New York. Oklahoma City for Oklahoma. It's always that.
Kansas City. Yeah.
Kansas City is the capital of 2 states.
And what a crazy flop this is. Tamayo with Broadway. Astedt with bottom set. Yikes. And the problem also becomes, when Tamayo just defends the big blind, he's not really going to have better sets, right? He's not really supposed to have jacks in his range or aces in his range very often. It's always going to be, some of these pair and straight draw combos, pair and flush draw combos. And sometimes, of course, going to have the king-queen offsuit and the king-queen suited in there. It's just pretty unfortunate for Astedt that that's the part of Tamayo's range that he's dealing with, because he's ahead of so many other hands he could have.
May I just see your stack, please?
And this
Thank you.
stands to be a very consequential pot, changing the dynamic of this final table. It is not bloated yet, but 28 million in there already.
And again, that's also why you see Astedt doesn't really need to go really big here on the turn, right? Again, just Tamayo's going to have so many inferior top pair hands, second pair hands, and hands that, have additional equity. But Tamayo just sitting there, lying in wait.
Smooth call. 52 million in the middle.
Also, when you have set of tens, you unblock top pair hands, and once Tamayo calls twice, that's definitely going to be a big portion of his range, is all of those ace-X's that he defends from the big blind.
A safe river for Jonathan Tamayo as he checks again.
And seemingly a safe river for Niklas Astedt. And I would expect we're going to see a value bet here against something that's aces and stuff.
Oh!
Right, all of it here, given SPR, less
King,
than
queen.
half. Here we go.
Yes, he has king, queen, and Broadway.
And what a turnabout.
Jonathan Tamayo gets it all. Astedt limps. We've been down this path before.
Wasn't a big pop. The last time Astedt limped in this situation was queen jack suited. Griff ended up winning the pot. Paired his 3 in that situation. There wasn't much damage.
I mean, maybe this is just me, but it does feel like Griff has been taking a little bit longer in his decisions.
It's a count to 20. I've been counting with him.
Right, like on all streets, though, versus what he did in the beginning of the day. Perhaps maybe somebody on his rail has told him to count to 20.
That's what they're doing. Yeah.
Timing tells are a real thing, and I do think that he might have either gotten word from somebody that either he was maybe acting a little bit too fast and it was giving away maybe the strength of his hand or how easy of a decision he might have, because it does feel like in the last couple of hours that time that he takes before putting chips in or checking back has definitely increased.
No, you're right. I remember when he had 8-5 offsuit that he wasn't going to play, and he did take, looks like 20 seconds.
Exactly.
A 6 for both of them.
Yeah, I mean, Astedt with the ace-6 offsuit, when he limps in from the small blind, he was planning to call a raise pre, so
You see that?
in really good shape here.
He motioned toward his chip stack and then he waited.
It's like his hands want to act faster than his brain
Correct.
wants to let him. Astedt there also with the ace of clubs.
Not so quick to fold this time.
And I do think that it would probably be wise for Griff to find a check back here, because he does have some showdown value with a pair of sixes.
Oh. Astedt with the ace of clubs.
Yeah, trips now for both players, but Astedt's kicker firmly going to play here on this board. And
That is 25 million.
And against this sizing, you know, just not really any value in raising from Griff. I think especially once the flush gets there, you know, Astedt can certainly have some two pairs that make boats on the river. You know, he'll also have some flush draws, especially because the turn went check, check.
Oh, 6 over 6. Oh, Griff looking for a chop in there. Not to be. Big pot to the Swede.
Easier than these. A little easier than this table. Senior ones.
Raise 6 million.
Yeah.
Jacks for Gonzalez. Big and little. Back to it. Ooh, Astedt with a hand. Gonzalez with a hand.
Raise 18 million.
3-bet. What are you waiting for?
Raise all in.
Yep.
Count, please.
Similar decision that he's had in this level for Astedt. It'll be for 1/3 of his stack.
61.5 total.
So quick, though. Damn. I mean,
Astedt.
He does make the call. A monster pot in progress. Gonzalez has a made hand with the jacks. Niklas, 2 overcards. Going for his 3rd straight knockout.
You heard him mention about how quickly Gonzalez was to put it in after Astedt put the 3-bet in.
Andres Gonzalez started this final table as the short stack. Now with a chance to build a very viable stack if his jacks can hold against the ace-queen.
Gonzalez would go beyond Astedt and have his first healthy stack of the day if these jacks hold up.
Angelov on the rail. If there's a knockout, he's a beneficiary. An ace in the window with 2 10s.
Look at Angelov cheering.
$500,000 pay bump for everyone who survives this hand. And now a jack, a black jack is what saves Gonzalez. 1 card to come now. Is it a pay bump or a payday? And that is it. It is payday time for Andres Gonzalez. Sixth place, $2 million. What a run up he made from the short stack.
Yes.
Pocket pair for the short stack.
Gonna be go time.
For sure, with just 6 bigs.
Push and pray. No?
Yeah, he'll leave some back.
No?
Okay, maybe not. I guess he's just too short.
I respect that.
I guess he's just too short. I mean, if he was a little deeper.
Griff? Any takers among the big stacks? Not yet. Tamayo?
Huh? Count.
18.
18?
18.
18 million.
He's in for 3 of it, 15 more.
18.
anything going on? Anything going on there?
Can't let Griff and Niklas do all the dirty work.
It's 15 million?
18 total.
18 total?
It's like he has to.
I give it to him. Give it to
A little bit
him.
of a fake out there.
There it was. He's considering coming in. About 12% of his stack.
He's going to do it. All right. The pocket pair of Angelov trying to survive the king 6 of Tamayo.
I mean, a lot of situations, Tamayo would have 2 live ones.
Sixes.
Now just has 1 overcard.
There you go. Get in your lucky spot. At risk again. Angelov, Tamayo. Put in 3 of the silver foxes to make that call.
Is the call fine? Okay.
And Angelov on the hook, hoping his 6s hold up. But there is a king right there off the bat.
1 out for Angelov.
Tamayo has the other 6. 6 of clubs, the case 6.
If you have your 1 time.
Oh!
Well,
And that is it. Jonathan Tamayo with the knockout.
Take it down, bro.
Boris Angelov done in 5th place from the final table. He started in 6th, and he'll win $2.5 million.
I knew I got changed for something. I just forgot to put it
Raise
in.
to 6 million.
I mean, the only way to stop Tamayo right now might be pocket queens.
Or jacks. Sagle with the jacks. Do I wanna-
I enjoy this, the time that he's taking with this decision. You don't want to just have an instant all in there. Did the sigh.
28 million.
I guess this
Gave
will
him
be
the
the
right.
hand.
Gave him the, like, I guess this is good enough.
Wow, another tough decision. Astedt made the right call last time. And he knocked out Andres Gonzalez in a big pot.
And obviously, Sagle willing to shove over Astedt's open is going to represent a much stronger hand than one that just open shoves in an unopened pot.
Indeed, Astedt knows he's behind, and this heads up 15% of his stack if he wants to do it.
That's why I think it was important Sagle took his time, right? Because if he just very quickly moves all in over Astedt's raise, I think that gives an indication of how strong his hand is there.
I have about 2.
Tamayo and Griff equally as interested in what Astedt is going to do as Sagle
28.5, you
is.
said? 28. 28.
28. Yeah.
There is
Good
the
jacks.
call.
You got jacks?
Jacks.
Did he call his hand?
Yes,
Jack.
of course you did.
No, he,
Ace 3.
he said I had jacks.
Ace 3.
After
bigs.
Astedt called and then
Ace
Astedt
3.
asked, do you have jacks?
Astedt now looking to end the night with this knockout of Jason Sagle, who's ahead right now with the pocket jacks. Oh, the Swedes calling for an ace.
All the Swedes and the honorary Swedes.
Oh, the little birds over there just clapping from their nest. Sagle on the hook.
It's a little spicy.
Yeah, ace or tray now. Sagle hanging on by the fingernails.
Trying to double up the 20 bigs and get back in the ball game.
And now more outs.
Why? From 3 to 5 to 9 outs now.
Ace, deuce, tray will knock out Jason Sagle and end day 1 action of this final table. Anything else? Sagle is still in the game. The river card is the deuce. Astedt does it again. His 4th knockout of this first night of action. And Jason Sagle could hang on no longer.
Nothing more the Canadian could do. $3 million is consolation. Card dead all day.
Jason Sagle, one of the good guys in the game this year. Astedt picks up the last of his stack, and we'll go back into the chip lead. Yeah, it was dicey all the way through that board.
We finished?